on when they are born. Okay. So again, guys, happy Friday, Unity, you and I together. Yes. It is, the second day in May when I tell you we are now here in May. We are well into our 90-day run, guys. So I am super excited because we have so many amazing things happening, within Unity, within the rebirth, and of course, within Total Life Changes with our new slimming system that just dropped the last day of April. All right. So I want you guys to definitely get excited about that. Now, for those of you who may or may not know me, my name is Miss Nikki Alexandria. I've been a part of the Unity Energy since 2015, under the direct leadership of one of the visionaries of Unity, you and I together. Yes, because the truth is, we can do so much more together than we can ever do apart. And I'm super excited to be doing it right here with Unity. But I am not the trainer for tonight, or the speaker for tonight, but I have the absolute pleasure to be able to introduce him to you guys. This is someone I've been working with since 2015 for the past 10 years. Now, this gentleman is masterful at, business. He's masterful at growing teams. I've seen him, time in and time again, go from one to 1,000. Okay. So when I tell you he knows how to run this business and how to operate this business and how to really, really sustain a growing team and organization. Now, he's originally from the Bronx, New York, very humble beginnings, guys. But once he made that decision that he wanted something more for himself and family, guys, listen, he went on to just, become a highly sought after coach, mentor, and speaker, and just literally helping so many people around the world. And I'm super excited that he is with us here in Unity. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move on out of the way of greatness, okay, and bring to the line none other than our, okay, millionaire mentor, Mr. Jason L. Scott the first. Mr. Scott, have you made it to the line, sir?
Yes, young lady, absolutely line over here, sending out last minute text messages as well. I appreciate you, young lady. Thank you so much for doing what you do, being the leader of leaders, always holding the entire organization and team down. The funny thing is, you bring me on, you always say, I'm not the trainer for the night. I'd be like, man, you could train, what to train on, your stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can be the trainer anytime, at any given moment, because you've been doing this for so long, you know exactly what to do, how to do it, when to do it. So I appreciate you as well. Thanks so much for sharing that. All right, listen, guys, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to our Friday night huddle. This is where we make sure that we get together with our organization every single week for the moment, for the time to put some strategies and things in place to ensure that we can have a great week. Now, write these things down because if I don't write them down, that way, if I forget to say a certain thing, you guys can get back to me and maybe type it into the chat because I tend to put things down and I may start going and forget certain things. So I want to talk about a few things today. All right, this is the thing. That's how I want you to think. I want you to think about it this way. When you're leading your organization, you have to have a way of how you think about it, how you think about what the organization is at, what the organization needs, what time of the month. Write these things down because these things are important for you to be thinking about these things all the time. So when it comes to, like I said just now, like when I said, Nikki, you know what to do because you've been doing it for so long, leading the organization, getting on these calls, training the organizations, following the same steps in the system. So she just naturally knows it because she's been doing it. You've been doing something with somebody. You do a certain thing a certain amount of time for long enough, a ratio will appear. And she's been experiencing 9 times out of 10, 8 times out of this, 7 out of this, 60% of the time, 30% of the time, based off of the ratio of how things work. Things you can kind of tell the numbers. Like when I talk to people and they'll tell me, like I'll talk to networkers, right? And I say, how many people do you have on your team? And they say, well, I have 100. Or they may say, I got 25. I'm like, okay, so you got about three or four. That's like one is maybe kind of like just something like maybe 3 or 4 that's kind of sort of doing it. They're like, yeah, how you know that right there? I'm like, because it's a certain thing, certain ratio that appears. Out of 25 people, we may only have a small group of people. Like I got about almost 50 people I sponsor in the business. Now, the 50 people I sponsored, many of them have put other people in the business. And out of all things that happen, there's about 14 people on this call right now. Yes, there's still a few other people who are still going. They're still working, even though they're not on this particular call. They may not be plugged in all the time, or they may be at work or something tonight, so they may be missing this call. But the bottom line is there's a ratio that appears. So when you're working with your organization, I want you guys to start getting good at paying attention to certain things, like I said earlier, like the time of the month, the time of the year, the season, what your organization is doing, the numbers you just produced last week, the numbers you're looking to produce the next week, what you've been doing the last quarter, what promotions you did last quarter, what promotion. See, when you start to do this thing, you have to start to pay attention to it, because when you start developing a team and an organization, you have to know how to lead them, how to work with them, how to put things in place. So I want to write this down: Telegram, White Zone, calendar, conversation plan. Some things I want to talk about. All right. Telegram, make sure you and your organization, everybody in this call, guys, we should be all plugged into the Telegram group. Everybody should be making sure they're plugged into the Telegram group. When you want to know where's that, go to teamunitytraining.com. Make sure everybody uses teamunitytraining.com. Let me put into this chat group, all right? This right here. Whenever someone joins the organization and team, whenever they join the group, I want to make sure that you make sure that people know exactly where to go at. I normally send a person the Team Unity training, like I just text just now. Save that, so when you got somebody brand new, you can send them you can text them the link. Every brand new person I get, I always send that to them. Even when someone does a welcome call with me and they send me their number, I send them and says, "Welcome to the team and family." And welcome to the team, and more importantly, welcome to the family. Visit teamunitytraining.com to join training and community platforms for up-to-date training and strategies to launch your business. It says download the Dare to Dream and follow step 1 and 2, and contact me for step 3, your game plan session to determine your goals. Right? Then it says get your welcome banner and send to me. Then also I put in the check your email for website login information and business links. Now, the reason why I send that text is because I like to make sure that the person, what's going to happen is you may tell a person verbally something to do, and then later on, what's going to happen is when they run into a challenge or a problem or situation, what they're going to do, they're going to call the company. I'm sorry, I'm about to text somebody this call information, Nikki. I'm sorry, I just saw that you called me about 30 minutes ago. My apologies. I was busy prior to this call. And what's going to happen, guys, they're going to end up calling the company. Oh, this person ain't doing this for me. This person ain't helping this person or whatever. And they'll say that you never called them, you never work with them, you never helped them, all these things that people say. And I always go back to that text message. Whenever they call me or they say, well, you wasn't there, you never helped me, I say, go back to the very first text message that I sent to you that says, welcome to the team, more importantly, welcome to the family. And go to teamunitytraining.com. I literally give them the instructions. When they go there, they can download the Dare to Dream. There's a video, all these other things. But to make sure that your people are plugged in, you got to plug them into the Telegram group. Because sometimes when you're brand new, you may not always know exactly what to do. Your people can get into the group, and you may not know how to direct your people or motivate them. And even though we said motivation can be fleeting, or motivation is something internal that a person has to have, sometimes a person is inspired by something else somebody is saying or doing that gets them motivated themselves. So the Telegram group is designed for us to connect, reconnect. People know there's a community of people that they can work with, they can belong to, they can get questions answered, they can say things, but also in the Telegram group, it's up to each and every one of us on this call to keep it alive. I hope that's the keynote of this. Everybody in the Telegram group, our job is to keep it alive. You got to keep it alive as though everybody you're talking to is your team. When people are energized a certain way, they'll perform. They'll increase their activity and they'll increase their productivity. So to make sure those things happen, get them plugged into the Telegram group so that you don't have to be the main one trying to do it on your own. You know why I get them Telegram group? Because I don't want to be the main person. I can't motivate everybody. I can't do. They may see something that somebody else posts, does, whatever, and they get them excited. If you guys sponsoring people, put it in the Telegram group. If you guys are doing events, selling products, put it in the Telegram group. I just want people to see it's up for us to keep everybody going, everybody growing together. Once these things happen, you're going to start to see a transition that's going to start to happen for yourself and your family. So I just wanted to say that, guys, because of course, sometimes people will tell me, like even one of my sons, he said, Dad, what's that thing? I'm like, it's in the Telegram group. Go in Telegram group because I'm not going to always be texting you. I got a bunch of people I work with, even though you're my son, I'm not going to be texting you information that you can find for yourself. So now, if I do that to my son, do you think who else think I'm gonna do that to? Everybody. All right, because it's the same thing. It ain't no favoritism. It's making sure that everybody knows how to become self-efficient. That's some good Delgado coffee right there. All right, so it's important everybody becomes self-efficient. So make sure, guys, that people plug into the Telegram group. I gave you some additional things to think about it, but be active in the Telegram group. All right, the second thing is we were talking about, Nikki told you we're in the white zone. Because we're in the white zone is an important, it's a reminder for yourself and for your team. It's a reminder, it's a way of reminding people when we do these zones how to shift themselves through the week. It's kind of like when you work out. I remember I used to use this program called P90X workout program. With the P90X, what you do with the P90X, 90 days of working out. They got all these different ways and things that he's doing in that, right? And it was designed because they say that when people start to work out, they'll start to plateau and they don't see the same growth, they don't see the same changes. So they'll put these things in place that stun, that shock, that shifts it up so that your body can continue to grow. So after 90 days, when a person just doing the same routines in 90 days may not see the same, they may see some results, but the person who's shifting and changing and adding new routines into it, after 90 days, they're going to have massive results. They're going to have bigger results. They're going to have more recognizable results in a big way. I would think when we do these zones, the white zone is designed for you to know that Friday is the first work week. And the work that you should be looking to do is, what can I do over the weekend? If many people work throughout the week, you got to say to yourself, as an entrepreneur, thank God I'm free. Not thank God it's Friday and you got a time to take off and take a break and chill. Don't get me wrong. Friday night, sometimes after Friday, because on a Friday, I'll still be following up with people. I'll still be calling people who told me, I reached out to several people today who told me, wait till Friday. Friday, I'll buy. Friday, I'll join. Friday, I'll do this. Friday, when I get my paycheck. So I don't always wait till Friday evenings to do it. I'll do it throughout the day. All right. And get some sales, get some customers, get some other commitments, schedule some other appointments that I may do. And even if I'm free that evening, I may do some things, but also Friday evenings after I finish doing everything, that may be the time I want to spend out going out to a movie, grabbing something to eat, doing something with my family. Now, is that something I do all the time? No, but if I do anything normally, I may do it Friday, like after I do this call. After I do this call, then I may go to a movie, might go grab something to eat, go do dinner, movie, do some other stuff on a Friday evening. So yeah, you can find time because as we say, fun is that time that you can do those things, right? You can schedule some time. So I'm giving that to you guys as a way for you to know, even if you just say movie time at the house, family time, you do some stuff to get pop some popcorn. I still can do it on a Friday. Why? Because on a Saturday, I don't want to be like, I got to work. It's my day off my family. No, I want to work on Saturday because I know that could be a date that I can do some launch calls, a date that I can do some home parties, a date that I can do some events, a day that I can make I can ride around to all the people that I called on Friday and let them know that I'm coming by tomorrow to pick up the money, drop off their kits, or set times for them to meet me someplace so I can get those packs out. That's how you need to be thinking about a Saturday. That's how you should be thinking about a Saturday. It's a recommendation. A person can do what they want to do, but you got to understand we do these things for a period of time. We're not doing this so we can do it forever. We do it because we know that after a period of time, when your income gets to a certain space in a certain place, you got more people doing the same thing. You don't have to do the same amount of work. Yes, it's a lot of work getting this organization off the ground. It's a lot of work, and I don't want to say, well, oh, it's a lot of no. It's we're going to work anyway. You're gonna work whether you're working in your mind and you stress. Oh my God, I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna pay. I'm chicken tired, but I'm gonna pay. Whether you're working in your mind that way, or you working in your mind doing some conference calls, in your mind talking to some people, in your mind scheduling some and talking and doing whatever you're doing, it's still the same time is gonna go by. I might as well go by knowing that I can get better at how I work with people, get better at how I can position. So read between books and things that I'm always reading and picking up. And as a reminder, I'm finding time to grow myself because I want to grow my organization. All these things are important. It's not just waiting for this one call and then from this call you hop off and do nothing else. You got to say to yourself, this is the zone. This is Friday. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is going to be my work day that I position myself to get myself ready for the work week. I'm sorry, I'm to get myself ready for start breaking my numbers down. So let me say that, break my numbers down so I can actually focus on these zones. Now, inside the zones, we also tell people that there's benchmarks. The zones, because there's benchmarks, write that down. And the benchmarks are bite size. It's bites that you take. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is a benchmark. And in that benchmark, if you know your goal at the end of the week is to go director, is or to requalify the director. I always recommend the best thing you want to do is to requalify. Don't just, even if you don't rank up, it's fine, but requalify. Go to work to requalify for your position. Because what happens is you start getting used to a flow. You start getting used to the activity. You get used to the production and things that you got to do. Now, when you get used to it, you know how to requalify, and now you can teach somebody else how to do the same thing. Because when you start to requalify, you're doing more calls, you got your calendar scheduled out, you're meeting more people, and all these things are happening as you are absolutely working with people and you working your numbers. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, if you know, and again, I always have to tell people, if you're new on this call, get your calculator. If you're not, just know that if you're not new, you know we always grab the calculator. I do it, even though I know the numbers myself on the top of my head, but I always tell people, get your calculator. Because if you want to train people, you want to coach people, tell them get their calendar out. Tell them, I'm a calculator, I'm sorry. Tell them to get their calculators out. So when they get their calculators, they'll know how to work these numbers. Because if they can see the numbers, all right, if they see it, it does something different. So if you know that 1,000 is director, all right, 1,000 divided by, let's say, 3 zones. We got the white, the blue, and the red zone. Divided by 3 zones, that's 333. All right, so you should be looking to have halfway through your week. I mean, a third of the way is 333. So at least 333 points that you should have in your binary. All right, if you already got one side built, that should already be that side already done. If you got one side done, you should be able to do that on the other side. Let me turn this light off. This thing is blinking off and on. All right, you should be able to build it out on one side. If you haven't built it on one side, if you don't got enough volume on both sides, it's still the same thing. Learn to start working with people on this side to get your volume. You don't always have to sell the products to do it. It's you plus 1, you plus 2, you plus 3 and 4 other people, you plus people on your team. Because if you got 333 and you got 3 people in your organization and you help me get to 100 points, and Nikki's in your organization, you help her get to 100 points, and then you help Peggy get to 100 points, that's 300 points. You're a third of the way done. Give me a second here. Let me see something here. All right. So let's say if, let me see that, Roseanne. So you got me, got Jason, got Nikki, you got Peggy. If you're trying to get to 1,000 in volume on this side over here, you know you got to get at least 333 because you're dividing it up. You help Peggy get 100 points. You help Nikki get 100 points. You help Jason get 100 points. You still got 300 points. Or we got 315 points, 310 points. Just get knowing that you, I'm saying 110, 115, 200 points. The thing is, never let your minimums be your maximums. We got a goal. But when you're looking to do it, don't always think that you got to do it by yourself. Let me say, you don't always think you got to do it by yourself in your process. Give me a second. Let me see something here. make sure you guys are seeing. Can you guys see the whiteboard? All right, because I see Nikki asking the question. Yes, thank you, Coach Catherine. All right. So that's the main thing. It's for everybody to know that it's not just you yourself, it's you plus a few people. 333, that's 333. If you start working together with your group, start working together with your team, start working together in that capacity, then these things start to come together for you. All right. So I want you to know that the zone should be mattering to you. That as you start to work the first zone, you got month, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So by Sunday, that should be a goal of yours that you're gonna hit your first benchmark. Write that down. Your goal to hit your first benchmark. Whether you got a financial goal or whether you have a rank goal. If you got a financial goal that I'm gonna make $1,000 in sales this week, $500 in sales this week. Don't just go into the week just like let me see what happens. Go into it's like your job. When you go to your job, you know that if you work 40 hours times $20, $25, $30, whatever you get per hour, in your mindset, you know after 40 hours, this is how much money you're supposed to make. You start planning for bills and everything else based off of the fact that you know that you're working by the hour. But in the line of work that we do, we don't get paid by the hour. Write this down. We get paid for the value that we bring to the hour. So how much value are you bringing to the hour? So make sure, guys, that you want to hit your goal. When we finish this call, you guys should be getting with your leadership team. If I'm you're direct to me, reach out to me. You got another leader you're direct to, reach out to them. Schedule events with them. This is what I want you to do. If you're sponsoring this call, I want you to put them to work this weekend. Put them to work this weekend. Put them to work this week. Call your sponsor and put them to work. If I sponsored you, call me and put me to work. So we work together. You got people on your team, schedule things with your people in your group, and then schedule things with myself. Because I want to make sure you put your team on the calendar. Because that's where the calendar comes in at. The white zone, guys, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is massive exposures, massive retails, massive samplings, massive prospecting, massive one-on-ones, virtual grand openings, launch calls, home parties, even go live. You can go live several times throughout the weekend, just going live, just talking to people and having some conversation, especially like right now. Matter of fact, let me send this text out while I'm talking, because somebody just texted me right before this call, and because they saw my post about the GLP-1 on social media, and they texted me that, but I was getting ready for this call and doing other stuff, so I didn't even get a chance to text them back. Let me send this quick text so they can get my link. Hey, I sent you the link. Click the link, look at the products, click the product, read the information about it. And when I finish this call, I'm going to give you a call back, and then we can discuss the pre-order. Or if everything makes sense to you, just go ahead and add it to the cart and add that and get that pre-order. Products will sell out pretty quickly here, so I want to make sure you're first in line. But I'll give you a call to see the outcome of what you decide to do when I finish. All right, we're working in real time. Same thing. It's a Friday. I'm still working. Friday, still got people. Hey, I'm sorry for not texting this morning because they asked me for my number yesterday, and I was like, "Yo, text me," and they didn't. They text me. I said, "Text me tomorrow," and they just text me this like 4:55, and I'm gonna add them to my calendar. So it's important, guys, that you know that this has to be the weekend that we go all out. Now, on top of that, calendar. We talk about calendar training, all right? And we're not going to go through calendar training, but we gotta schedule activities on the calendar. As you guys know, I tell people there's certain things you want to focus on, right? Focus on your rank goal, volume goal, income goal, recruiting goal, and reward goal for the month. It's May. At the first, when May comes in, you should already have your calendar written out for May, and then start adding things to your calendar based off of schedules and things like that. But you always want to have your goals first. And then as we're working together this weekend and next between Saturday and Sunday, because we got training tomorrow. So you guys can get some good training tomorrow. Gonna get some calendar training. So I'm not gonna go over it today because it's gonna be some calendar training tomorrow on the call. But I just want to make sure that you write down a rank goal this month, volume goal this month, income goal this month. Recruiting goal. Recruiting goal is what. And then if you hit your goal, what's going to be your reward? I want you to reward yourself for doing the work necessary and accomplishing it. And those things are important. All right. So the last thing I want to cover is this right here. Let's talk about this here, which is the compensation plan. All right. Let me cover some things with you guys about the compensation plan so you know what you're working towards in your goals. All right. Many of you guys understand it, but some things you may not quite get. So it's important that you really understand how we make money with what we have going on. All right. Now, when it says here requirements for commissions, all TLC products have a qualifying volume. That's QV. All right. Most TLC products has 40 QV qualifying volume, with some exceptions. All right. QV falls into two categories: personal qualifying volume, which allows you to be active. That's when you ordering products for yourself through your back office for yourself. All right. And different ranks have personal qualifying volume requirements. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But no, nothing is greater than 120 that you need to hit the biggest rank that you want to qualify for. That's why we say set 120 and set it and forget it. You don't set it. We don't wait until you get to the goal. That's the reason why some people can't even get themselves past a certain point, because if you know direct is 80 points and you look and just keep yourself at one product just because sometimes people do it out of spite. There's no spite. You're not, that's spiteful for yourself. You're not spiting me or the company, you're spiting yourself. If you know, like for instance, this is my drink, right? Inside here, you guys know what's inside this? It's tropical punch and lemonade. So that's two products by itself. That's 80 points. Just if I decide I want to keep, I put in my little cup over here, inside my cup that I have over here, that they gave me when I was in Trinidad and Tobago some years ago in Santa Flora, my Unity in Santa Flora. All right. They took this picture with me visiting my mom's grave site. But anyway, I got some samples. Not my samples. Actually, I take them out of my bag and I put them in here so I don't have to be ripping the bag out. So every day I'll grab me a couple. I normally grab two at a time. Normally I grab these two. Sometimes I'll grab these two. All right. Because I have the watermelon. Because the watermelon doesn't have like a strong taste to me. So I may use two of them. I never have to use two of these because it's by itself is good. Watermelon is pretty good, but for me, I like to have two or maybe one and a half that really have the taste that I want. But the bottom line is those are QVs. So if I use watermelon, lemonade, tropical punch, I just showed you all three of them. That's 40, 80, 120. I'm drinking Delgado coffee. That's 40 points. The two in this right here and the coffee is 120 by itself. That's because I'm dedicated to a healthy lifestyle. I'm dedicated to doing what I can do to keep my system running at optimal levels. I'm doing the very best that I can to keep my promise that I'm gonna do my best to stay here as long as I can stay here for my family, accomplish goals and dreams and things that I want to be able to do. Nobody wants to be at the point. This is important. All right. Now there's no way to guarantee what's going to happen to any of us when we are at the end of our cycle. But I don't want to be 70 years old or 65 or 70 and finally get a chance to travel the world or retire like people do. When people normally get a chance, they retire. And let's say you retire and you work in TLC, have enough time to travel the world. Nobody want to travel the world in a wheelchair. You don't want to travel the world and you can't really walk. You can't really, you need oxygen. Just trust me, I do know that some things are going to happen because they're going to happen. But if things can possibly be preventable, then let's do the best that we can. Yes, a person can work out and do stuff and still something can happen to them. I've seen people have strokes and different things that even though they're working out, things can happen. Trust me, I get it, I understand that. But I'm just saying that if you know that using products gets you one thing where you start to cleanse your system, you start to feel some energy from the NRG, use those two things and say, let me walk. Let me add walking. Let me add running. Let me add cardio. Let me add a little bit of weightlifting. Let me add all of this is once a person sees results from one thing, other things. So that's why these things are important. So when they say 120, your personal qualifying volume, that's why we say it should be there because you're using several products. So you got personal qualifying volume, you got binary volume. binary volume is passed up the binary tree. All right. All bonuses in tiers of compensation plan require life change to be active. So you got to be active, which is why we say set it and forget it, so you don't miss out. These are our product offerings that we have, and this is how we start to build our organization. All right. So when we tell people there's several ways that you can actually earn retail sales commissions, is of course you guys know retail is you get 50% of the products or product pack. All right. Retail, this is what's important that you guys understand. When you do retail sales, all right, when somebody purchases from your website, you get 50% commission when they purchase from your website. All right. Even though it's like I said, it has that 40 QV, half of that is 50 is $20. Now, this is the key thing. Listen to me. 25% of the qualifying volume, all right? 25%, let's say if it's 40 points, that's 10, 20, 30, 40, all right? That's 10, 20, 30, 40, or 25, 50, 75, 100. 25, 50, 75, 100. I say it that way so some of you guys already understand it without me having to use my fingers. That way, if you're talking to me, you're going to have to use your fingers, because you start talking numbers, I get cross-eyed, Catherine. So I'm using fingers because that's how I have to learn it. And everybody may not learn it that way, but I'm trying to help some of those who may be too embarrassed to say that when they talk the numbers, it may be a little slow for them. All right. So for me, I want to make sure you guys understand. So you're going to get 25% of the volume. I mean 50% of the volume. So you make $20, but then that means 10 points goes into your binary. All right. It goes into your binary, which is or your GBV, which is group binary volume. It goes into your binary. All right. So I want to make you guys understand that. All right. Some people don't know that, but that's what happens. So that means you get paid direct, and then some volume goes into your binary. All right. And of course, we can get daily pay. It's not everywhere. Is here in the U.S. Yes, its pay is available in the U.S. So that means, let's say if some people are challenged right now financially, you can set your back office for daily pay. You can go under settings, and your name is out in your back office under settings. Click it and you scroll down. Matter of fact, I did a video where I was talking about I'll repost it. It's on our Unity YouTube page. I'll post it again today into the Unity chat so people can look back at it again. But some things I was doing when we first got started, I was showing some things about how to go through the settings and things like that. Some people need a reminder. But in the US, you can get paid. So if you need money daily, you can call people, ask people to go on, support your business, and buy products from you. You can make $20. All right. Even though we can sell the products and sell 5 for 25 and get cash on hand and things like that, that $20 today, 5 people buying products today from you, giving you $100 tomorrow, it can put some gas in your pocket. I understand those things and stuff, right? Now, G5 is another bonus that people don't always know. Now, G5 bonus, it works this way. All right, let me move myself out the way here so I can see that. In the first 30 days of a person joining the business, there's a G5 bonus. It's a one-time $50 bonus. All right, now this is why it's important. And I want to make sure we get back to it, because many of us have missed the opportunity because we wasn't focused on it in the very beginning. By the time I thought about it, it was too late. Actually, let me not say that. I actually went for it. I thought I had 5 customers, but I only had 4. The reason why is because I knew I had the bonus, but also it gives you lifetime access to the My TLC app. You guys catch that? It gives a person lifetime access to the My TLC app. So when it comes to another way of how we get paid, this is going to be important. So like right now, you have access to the My TLC app when you pay for the extended back office, the extra $19.95. Yes, there's some additional things you can see in your back office, but it also opens it up to where you have access to the app for the $19.99 a month you're paying. But when you get your first 5 customers, which is why I want you to focus helping your person get their first 5 customers in the first 30 days, so they can get the extra $50, all right? But also they can have lifetime access to their app. And of course, you get a G5 certificate as well. And the great thing is this, guys, every time you still can make the same income. Like the R5 is like the returning 5 customers. So the same 5 customers, and you get the same another 5. I'm saying it says you get another $50 right here. Because even though you get that first one-time bonus, you still can earn. It says earn the $50 R5 bonus plus a minimum of 100 in retail commissions for every 5 returning customers. So if you have 5 customers who return, if 5 customers come back, the same 5, you can make another $50 bonus. So you make $50 the first time for them getting it, and if you get the same 5 to return, or 5 customers, all right, that's an extra $50 bonus that you can get. Because I want to make sure going into May, we really start making sure we helping people. Because yeah, I want the volume to move in the binary, but I want people to get a paycheck. I want people to have access to money that they can get paid on. So it's important that that we tell people that for assistance and help that these bonuses are available for the G5, which is Get 5, and it's a challenge. So when you got your brand new person, help them get G. When I'm doing calls with people, because I can help to get that. How I always say she just got started, she launched her business, she needs your support. She has to get 5 customers. Now you guys understand why we're saying tag your it, because I know a brand new person getting started, I need to make sure my person get 5 customers. I should have been made sure you guys understood this, right? So some people may not have really understood it, and some of you guys did, but I just want to make sure that if you didn't, that you really understand what the G5 bonus is. All right. So help your people get their 5 and then get 5 returning customers, because if a person can see money coming in, and that money can come in and help them to get, let's say you got 5 customers, and then by the end of the month, they got the 5 customers about to be out of products, and they get them to do it again. So they made $100 for the month. That $100, they can actually use that to help them with the smart ship on top of whatever else they may make on top of that. So this is important. They made $100 and $50 for the first 5 customers before they're out. You call them back and say, I want to go ahead and get you to reorder before it goes back out, or they set themselves on a smart ship. You get another $50. You might can go ahead and make that happen. You can earn $100 plus you enroll some people. You got another $100. You got $200 you can use for smart ship. All right, that's Get 5. Now 10-5-2 challenge is another bonus that they have. Complete these 3 steps within 1 calendar month to qualify for $50. 10-5-2 bonus. Get 10 customers to sample or purchase a week's supply of product for $25. Inspire online purchases from 5 brand new preferred customers. That means you're going to get 5 new customers. And sponsor and onboard 2 new life changers. That's a 10-5-2. Get 10 customers to sample. Now, remember I told you guys earlier about the app? When you have the app has a thing back here where it gives you the opportunity that you can absolutely send some samples to people. Let me see something here. All right. You guys have if you have the app looks like this. If you haven't download the app. But you actually can have a way in your back office. Now you have to add points to it. Now, just so you know, we got all the things you need, like your enrollment link, you got videos you can send people. It got a variety of different things that you have in the back office. Got product videos and things that you can watch or you can send to somebody. Got the product catalog that you have back here in the app, that you can actually get and download. It's just got a variety of different things that it has, but it also gives you an opportunity that you can sample some people. So you can offer a sample, you can send a sample, but you can only do it through the app. All right. So if you have the app and you got G5 qualify, have access to the app, you just add your points, add your credits, and then you can send samples to people. All right. You can offer them a sample, send a sample, and of course, when that starts to happen, guys, you can that will get you connected to this 10-5-2 challenge bonus, and we can talk more about this a little bit later on. So I just want to make sure you guys know this is an additional bonus that people have. All right. And now you guys know we got the life changer first order bonus. I'm not gonna go deep into this because you guys already know there's a second. This is the second way we always tell people you get paid when it comes to the 5 main ways. So it's the second way when it comes, you got retail and recruiting bonus. This is really a recruit bonus for the person you sponsor. You get a 50% commission from their first order. But the same thing, you when they join, you get 50% of the volume, but then 10 points goes into your it goes into the binary. Now this is important. It's not on the website, but I need you guys, if you're not certain, connect with me, Nikki, or one of the other leaders. Anytime you're about to get, if somebody about to do a product, a big product purchase, let's say like the Elite Kit. The Elite Kit, there's only a few products, a few product kits that you get 50% of the bonus and 50% goes into the binary. The Elite Kit is one of those things. When somebody joins, you get $500 and 500 points that can go into the binary. If they happen to buy the Elite Kit because they're already in, you get the full 1,000 that goes up into the binary. For those who don't quite understand that, let me go to this real quick. So let me see here. So when you actually get to, when you sponsor somebody for the Elite Kit, 500, you get $500, right? And you get 500 points that will go into this right here. If a person decide they want to get the Elite Kit and they get 1,000 volume points, that volume points, it all goes in right here into this place. Then this person get the 1,000, and then this person get the 1,000 in volume points as well. All right, so let me stop this here. All right, so I want you, I know everybody didn't see it, but most of you guys did. All right, so let me go ahead and go back to this real quick. Give me a second here. Let me close this out, guys. Give me a second here. You know, I don't always use this. I don't always use this thing right here. So you see here. Okay, all right. Let me get it. Where's my thing at? Nope, not trying to show the whiteboard. I'm sorry. As I'm using these tools, sometimes they act a little funky. Let me see a second here. No, let me get back to my thing. Why it's not showing me? Okay, hold on a second. Okay, here you go. When you guys start to use these tools like the whiteboard at the top up here, we can do a training on it later on. But I want you guys being able to use these tools because Zoom has different tools that you can use. For a second, it's confusing me because I see it says screens, documents, and advanced. It was showing me the documents that was showing the whiteboard, but it also go back to screens. So let me go back to screens. All right. And you share the screen that you're doing because I want you guys to get used to meeting people and talking to people, and sometimes you have to write things out for them. Don't be afraid to do a one-on-one and break some things down with somebody who really, that's what I'm trying to coach you on this stuff. I need more people doing what I'm doing right now to understand when somebody really needs to understand this. You want to get some networkers, you're gonna have to understand this stuff to really help some networkers understand how it works. All right. So just know that some products, only about 2 or 3 product kits that 50-50, but most of them are 50% that you get paid, and then 10 points. Like 10, 25% goes into the binary. 25%, I'm sorry. So you get 50% bonus for joining you, and then 25%, which is to get one product, 10 points. But if they buy several products, 25% of that volume goes into the binary. All right. Now, binary commissions, we already understand this is team building, a team on the left and a team on the right. I'm not going to cover it deep here, but you're going to get paid 10 to 25%, as it says, up to $30,000. Basically means on your lesser leg of volume that you generate. If you got 5 people over here and they generate 1,000 in volume, you got 5 people over here and they generate 500 in volume, you're going to get paid 500, 10% of 500 points that you get paid. All right. I'm going to get past that. I'm going to share some of stuff. Then, of course, check match bonuses, or when you get a chance to match the person, you personally get started whatever they earn in the binary. So whatever you're going to earn what you earn in the binary, I'm going to earn what I earn in the binary. But from helping me do these launch calls, training calls, get my customers, get other things going on, which is why I work with people, because they'll check match bonuses of how I get paid from the company from doing the work that I do. So people say, I know you can be busy all the time. I'm working because I know that when I want to get my income goal, and I'm gonna share you guys in a minute, why, like, so let's say my income goal this month is 25,000. I can only make a certain amount of money at the rank, and then the rest is gonna have to come from check match bonuses and a few other things. All right. So let's talk about this rank real quick before we start to wrap up. Affiliate, when a person first joins the company, all right, they're active with 40 points, and they can earn retail and they can recruit. When you first join for 40 points, you can earn retail commissions. So that's the first and second way we get paid. Retail and recruit. When they become an associate, that means they're binary qualified. So when a person first joined, they're an affiliate. Then when they get binary qualified, they're an associate. Their minimum is 40 points to remain active. Now you can earn retail commissions, fast start bonuses, life changing bonuses, and binary commissions. Now this is important. Watch this. Binary commissions are set at 10% and have a $5,000 weekly cap when you are an associate. That means a person can be an associate and still earn $20,000 a week as an associate. I'm saying just off of binary commissions if there's enough volume flowing in the binary. Apprentice is active at 40 points, binary qualified, minimum of 500. Remember I said earlier, a person generates 1,000 in volume, you got 500. Hey guys, make sure your mic's muted. All right. A person can actually can build their business, and they get 1,000 in volume on one side, 500 on another side, or 500 and 500. It doesn't really matter. As long as you have 500 points on one side, 500 points on the other side, at least got 500 points saved or built at the same time, that will qualify you as an apprentice. Now you earn an extra apprentice bonus. Retail commissions, first, second, and third way we get paid. Retail, fast start, and binary commissions. Right. All right. And then of course that apprentice bonus. Same cap that you have here. All right. Let me see. I was trying to see if I see the actual bonus. I'm not sure. Nikki, who knows exactly what the bonus is? Do you have who knows exactly what the bonus is?
For apprentice?
Yeah, just the 500, just the it says apprentice bonus, but I don't think they have that. I know they have the rising star bonus, but I don't think they may not have the apprentice bonus. But it says earn apprentice bonus. But I'll check with John to see if that's something new that they may have added to it, or if there's something I may be missing at this space right here.
Okay.
Right, right. So director is, and do me a favor, text it so I can remind John. Text John for me, Nick, while you're on the phone, so I can just ask him about that. Just a screenshot and take a picture of it. Take a picture of this real quick and send it to him, just so we can make sure it says earn apprentice bonus. I want to get clarification on that so we can make sure people know. I'm not keep you guys much longer. I just want to make sure you guys understand this stuff. All right, because we're going into May, and then I want May to be a big month. I want you guys to know what you're working for. All right. Same thing. So when you actually hear, I'm sorry, I was trying to admit. Give me a second here. I'm trying to admit, Tammy. When you hit the rank of director, active with 80 points. Now you have to have two products. 40 points is one product, 80 points is two. Remember I said earlier, you don't wait until you go director to do it. I've had people who they will get binary, they'll be active at 40 points, they get binary qualified, they have 1,000 in volume on the left and 1,000 in volume on the right. And of course we don't have a G5 monthly requirement, so this is definitely an old thing, what's the name, Nick? So this is the one they actually have. I don't know why they haven't updated, but just know they no longer have the monthly G5 requirement. This is why, well, I don't want to go into that right now, but this was a challenge before, why the company shifted it back. So don't look at the monthly G5, just scratch that out. All right. But you got to have a minimum of 1,000 on your PLV, pay leg volume. That means which side has the least amount of volume. If you have at least 1,000 on one side, 1,000 on the other side, or you have 10,000 on one side and 1,000. As long as you have 1,000 on your pay leg volume, which is a lesser side, that's going to qualify you as director. Now you can earn these additional bonuses that we talk about, first, second, and third where we get paid, retail, fast start, and binary commissions. And you earn check match bonuses now. So you get paid the fourth way we get paid. When you go director, now you earn a check match from helping people. So let's say you go director and you help me go director. When you go director, director is 1,000 in volume, which is why I want to cover this, right? It's important you understand. Director is 1,000 in volume. So let's say 1,000, you got your calculator out. 1,000 times, then you get a promotion from 10% to 12%. 1,000 times 12% is $120 that a person can make as a director, minimum. Now, what happens is, let's say you go director, like if you guys remember during the challenge, I've helped many people go director and break a director. So that person made $120 themselves. Plus, let's say you went director and you created a director by helping me go direct at the same time. You made 120, I made 120, but now you get a 50% check match. So that means if I made 120 divided by 2, which is 50%, that meant you've made $60 as a check match bonus from helping me to also get director knocked out. Which is why when I keep working with everybody and working through everybody, I'm looking to do calls because I'm working for you. I'm working with you. I'm working alongside you. I'm doing my best to help you because the company's going to pay me. Then I'm teaching you. You know how I always say, learn this stuff and do everything I'm saying so I can teach you to do the same thing. I'm looking to teach you how to create the same income for yourself, but know how you're creating it. All right. So that's director. All right. Of course, it says right here, binary commissions are set at 12%. You have a $5,000 a week cap, 50% on the first level, and on the second level, you earn 10%. So remember, I always say on the second level, you can earn between 10 to 50%. Well, it starts off at 10% that you can actually earn. Let me see, make sure this is Nick texting me. So you can actually earn. Okay, thanks a lot. Appreciate that. So you can actually earn 10%. So it starts here at director. First level, you get sponsored me, I sponsor Nikki, you earn 10% off of what she traded in the binary. All right. So Rising Star is everything we talked about earlier, all the same stuff you got to be like as a director, but now you're generating 2,500 in pay leg volume. All right. Again, no monthly G5 requirement. That's out the door. But you earn a Rising Star bonus of $200. The company gives you an additional 200 when you hit Rising Star the very first time. All right. Then of course you get paid all the other ways you get paid. You're still at 12% in the binary, but you're getting paid the first, second, third, and the fourth way: retail, recruiting, binary, and check match bonuses. All right. Executive director is everything we talked about earlier. 80-point personal qualifying volume. No G5 qualify, but it's 5,000 in pay leg volume. 5,000 on the left, 5,000 on the right. Or if you already have volume saved up, 5,000 minimum on your pay leg. And if you already got over 5,000, 10, 20, 30,000 on the other side, that's going to make you an executive director. Now you're earning 14% with a $5,000 a week cap. All right, now looking right here, you're earning 50% on the first level, but now you're earning 20% on the second level check match bonuses when you go executive director. So when you're hitting your rank goal, know you're earning more money for doing the same work, the same conference call, the same launch call, the same home parties, but you're going to get paid more money for doing the same work that you're going to be doing anyway. All right. But it's important that you know how these bonuses work. So back to what we always like to do, that 5,000 times 14% means as an executive, you can earn $700 minimum, right? That you can actually earn as an executive. Now, keep this in mind. We never just, we don't go to the numbers, we go through the numbers. That means if I get to 5,000, I'm trying to get to 6,000, 7,000, 8,000. So let's say I'm an executive, but I got 9,000 in volume. All right, 9,000 times 14%. I'm sorry, hold a second. Oh, I almost messed that up. Give me a second here. Is 1,260. So versus making $700, I made $1,260 because it's not, instead of you going 5,000 at 14%, 9,000 at 14%. What's the difference? More money from $700 to $1,260. That's why I don't stop at the numbers. I look to get as much volume. Always get as much volume that you can get every week because you don't get paid more volume for doing the same work. So you might as well get a bigger paycheck. It's like working overtime at your job. You get paid extra overtime, go over and get paid more money, go overtime. All right. And of course, you get paid more right here. Now, I'm not going to go through these in depth. Just to know this is 10,000, but also you got to be at 120 for regional. 120, 10,000 in volume. In your calculator, put 10,000. 10,000 times, and as you see right here, is 17%. 10,000 times 17% is 1,700 that you can actually earn at bare minimum when you actually go regional. All right, and all on up. But as you see here, you're earning 50% first level, 30% second level. National is 20,000 in volume, but you're still at 120, 20,000 in volume. That 20,000 times, as you see right here, is 20% times 20% is $4,000 that a week that you can earn. All right, so if that's 4,000, let's say times, let's say that 4,000 times four. Let's say you qualify just bare minimum, 4,000 times four. That means you're making 16,000 a month as a national director in the binary. All right, just said that right there. Now, that goes as I start to write. I'm not gonna go deeper. Just know that when you look at this stuff, you see global directors 50,000. You can use your calculator later and do the same thing. You can go here. You see that now you're earning 50% first level and 50% second level. When I went global director and the first time I was in TLC as fast as I did because I wanted to get to 50-50. I want to get the 50% off of every first and second level from every person. So global should be a goal. This is why I be working with you guys. I promise you, because I want people to know what it's like. 50,000 times, you see right here, times 20%, times 20% is $10,000. That's 40,000 a month in the binary, bare minimum at global director. 10,000 a week, 40,000 a month when you requalify at global. And a 50% check match. So that means if I earn 10,000, you made 5,000. And if I sponsor Nikki and she made 10,000, you made another 5,000 from her. So you made your own 10,000. Plus you got 5,000 from me and 5,000 per person. You made $20,000 that week in just the check match bonuses. And of course, you can go deeper than that, guys. But I just want to make sure I just covered those things so people can so I can expand your vision. I wanted people to understand what this stuff is when I say put your income goal. Because let's say if my income goal is 25,000, right? That I have as the income goal. That's the bare minimum, right? Say 25,000. That meant national. But if my rank goal is national, and that's 20,000 in volume, 20,000 times 17% means the most that I can actually earn. So I'm sorry. Let me see. I'm sorry. Give me a second. 20,000 times 17%. That's 3,400. If I do that times four, 3,400 times four. That meant for the month I can earn 13,600. So if I'm looking to get 25,000, the rest of that is going to come from me helping other people earn income in their binaries, check match bonuses, all this other stuff. So that's why your goals become my goals. That's why your calendar becomes my calendar. I look to add myself to the calendar so I can help everybody get their income goals together, get what they want to get together. All right. So I just wanted to make sure you guys understood at least the basics of that right there. I'll make some time for people who missed it and don't quite understand it. I'm going to upload this video when we're done here to kind of go through it. But I really just want to make sure I covered, make sure you're in the Telegram group, make sure you know it's the white zone. And now you understand what these income goals can be for you. So get your calendar together for this week right here, guys, for this first week and the second week if you can. Put all events that we already have in your calendar so you know what the events are. All right. And then, of course, guys, know the compensation plan. Know your numbers so you can grow your numbers. But if any leader or anybody on the call have any last minute comments, statements, questions about anything that we shared so far?
This is Scott. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Loud and clear.
Thank you so much for the training tonight. And even though we've seen it before, the way you broke it down tonight and seeing it was absolutely amazing. And I appreciate you so much for all that you do. It's just about working what we got, and we know we got the best, so we got to continue to do what we know to do. But thank you for always showing up for us.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Well, I appreciate you as well. And to go, like I told you guys, this call is this our call. This is a leadership call. This is us getting ready for the work week. So make sure this month, that may be a big month. That may be the month that can transition. Just know that when you have your rank goal, put that volume in there. Know what is 14% for executive, 17% for regional, 20% for national, times that number. See how much you can earn. Look at it. Write it down. Like, yo, I'm getting that. I'm going to get that. If it's going to be executive, write it down. Then say, this is what it'll be for the week. Times 4 weeks. This is how much I can make. What can I do with that? Then write, what are your bills for the month? A lot of times I like to always, I know what my bills are for the month. And so I want you to write down all your bills for the month, and then let's go to work to make enough money in your business that you can pay for your bills. And you can, whatever you're making at your job, you can put that in the bank and just save it and see how well you can survive off of your paycheck from TLC. Make it a goal. It's a business, so it should make it a goal. Just make it a goal. Some of you guys may hit the goal, some may succeed the goal, but some just go in the stretching of it. Stretch your imagination past your current situation. Stretch your imagination past your situation, and things can manifest for you. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys who logged on to our huddle, guys. Go out here and let's create. If you're going to spend time with your family, today is the day to do it. Whether you're going to go to movies, eat at the house, whatever you want to do, spend some time with your family today, guys. But also make sure you get on this call tomorrow for the training. It's going to be a strong training. Be seated. Don't be moving around. Schedule time. I recommend you be taking notes the whole time. Cameras on, whatever. Just be engaged, because we're going to be, actually, we're going to be going from the StreamYard. So you guys, we may not see you guys, but still be commenting and doing things. But definitely take some notes from tomorrow's training. All right. So we can actually get strengthened in all of our beliefs, our skill sets, and everything we need to do so that May can be a big month. I love each and every one of you guys. I promise you I do, because my mother taught me to. You guys have a powerful and amazing new you. Good day, everybody. See you guys soon. Love you.